Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Down and ready to ride.
Oh, the internet is terrible right now. I don't know why, but it is. So is the lighting. I hope everybody's well. I need to make a public service announcement before we begin. If you are bothered by my face or my voice, this is not going to be the show for you. So, but here's the thing. I care. So I've done you a solid. Hold on. I got to fix the light. I've done you a solid. So the video for this that we're going to watch here today is about to be displayed at 6:05 on the main channel. Let's take that off. Is about to be released on the videos page at 6:05. So if you don't want to listen to me, go watch the case there. We are going to watch more stuff here. So that's your own loss. But I just want to say that we often, sometimes there's little spikes in lives. Last night's live got 2,000 views. And so now it's, people are mad at me for being around. My own channel on my own lives, confusingly enough. Aw, thanks, Mickey. Hold on. Appreciate it. As usual, you had your own people around today. Going a little cray-cray. But thank you so much. Popped my cherry for the night. I hope everybody's doing well, like I said. So seriously, if you don't want to be here, if you don't want to be here, the video is already released. Like by now, so you can go watch it. We're going to watch it too, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a good time. Somebody in the comments said that it was like a bunch of friends hanging out, and I was like, oh, is that an insult? Because I took that as a positive. Right? Woohoo! I don't know. Chris, oh, thank you so much. Not bothered by me at all. The Wi-Fi is being, or the internet is being terrible today, guys. I'm just telling you that. I was singing a Wi-Fi song before I went live. No, nobody was mad about the garlic. Not a single comment about the garlic. Although there was one very odd comment. I guess somebody thought somebody was Amish. I don't remember what part of yesterday's live had anything to do with Amish people, but somebody commented like, I usually don't see that much boobs on an Amish lady. And I was just like, wait, do they think I'm Amish? I guess because like the shirt had sleeves. I'm not really sure. Hi, Cole. Hope you're doing well. And Owen. Hi, Owen. Yeah, someone did notice my great breath. But someone commented, yes. I like that comment. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I was just confused about the Amish part. And I asked, I was like, I'm a little perplexed as to who's on it. Amish. Could you like fill me in on what I missed, how I missed that? somehow. Most Bev, that's actually very generous. I think most people here are over 35 at the very least. And if we look at the analytics, they're older. Yeah, I don't know. I really can't figure it out. Again, I was like, was it something I said? I mean, I say things all the time. Way over 21. Yeah. Analytics don't lie. Unless YouTube Daddy wants them to lie. And then they will. Anyways, like I said, if you're annoyed by my face, my voice, me eating, my thoughts, the words that come out of my mouth, probably not a good place for you. It's just not. I'm sorry. But we are going to watch the same video. You can go watch by your lonely self. Oh, YouTube Daddy's Amish, maybe. Maybe. People get better with age. I think there's like, well, I'll give it a long peek. A long peek. Okay. Please like and subscribe. I got to dip off the camera while it's starting.
Do you know if Mr. Parker has any other minor children?
He just had one more with his wife.
Okay.
Is that
Look at Judge's face already. This is going great. Thank you, internet company. I'll roll it back. I worked on this intro and we'll watch it in its entirety. Thank you very much. Jessica, thank you. I appreciated your comment for saying that and it made me laugh. So thank you very much. See, your guys' good comments are like literal antidotes to the weird trolley comments that we get a lot of. So thank you for commenting. I do appreciate it. Anyways, coming up, this lady just says so nonchalantly, he has a baby with his wife.
Do you know if Mr. Parker has any other minor children?
he just had one more with his wife?
Okay.
Is that, mommy need breaks every now and then. Not enough, Lord Jesus. My baby is growing. He need clothes. I buy everything for him. Clothes, underclothes.
This court's going to call calls number C-225-629. This is in the 317th District Court of Jefferson County, Texas, and it's in the interest of Aaron Parker. Ms. Harrison and Mr. Parker, please raise your right.
Oh, also, it's going to be a little weird at the beginning for the audio. It gets better in a minute. It's technical issues. Yeah. Someone mad that I was talking. I know. People are really mad. The best comment was, would you shut the hell up, shut the fuck up, and play the damn video. Play the goddamn video. I'm unsubscribing to this trashy lady's channel. Which I loved it. I loved it. Goodbye. Like, see you later. Oh my gosh. Catherine, do you agree that he looks like Franklin the turtle coming out of his shell all the time, like his little neck? But he is one of my favorites as well. Mr. Turtle. Mr. Turtle. The turtle. Oh yeah, and stop eating. Oh, well, I might be trashy, but this is never purported to be anything but a group of friends hanging out with me putting videos on that I record off the internet. If somebody, and this is the best part, this is the last thing I'm going to say about this. If for some reason I'm the only person that has the video that you want to watch of court, you're going to have to either learn how to record your own court and stop whining about me talking over it, or deal with it. That's just the way it's going to be. Oh no, Iowa, we love it. And no, and lurkers are great. I love our lurkers. There's no need, not everybody doesn't need to fucking talk. It's just about like I don't know. It's just I find it fun and interactive. But I digress. Let's continue. The internet is still just stagnating, by the way.
So help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can go put your hands down. Ms. Bronzito, does the state have any other witnesses besides the parties?
Possibly,
Yes or no, Ms. Bronzito? Do you have a different any
I
other?
don't think so, Your Honor.
Call your first witness.
Your Honor, at this time I would call Ms. Harrison. Will you please state your name?
Megan Harrison.
And we are here today to talk about your son, Aaron Parker Jr. Is that correct?
Correct.
And who is his father?
Aaron Parker Sr.
Now, back on April 8th of 2016, there was a court order that ordered him to pay child support in the amount of $220 a month. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
It also ordered him to pay um, medical support in the amount of $25.
Yes, ma'am.
How is your child covered for health insurance?
Do you hear me?
I did not hear that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. He's through his through Spinotab from the Social Security office. He have Medicaid through them.
Okay. Do you know if Mr. Parker has any other minor children?
He just have one more with his wife.
Okay. Has Mr. Parker gotten behind in child support a little bit?
Yes, ma'am. Every now and then, when he either lose a job or lay off, that's how that goes.
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, at this time I would offer the pay record as Exhibit A.
What is that?
Ms. Harrison, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the alleged pay record between you and Mr. Parker. This will show me the payments that have been missed and the payments that have been made. Is it
Yes,
okay
sir.
if I look at this pay record?
Of course.
Thank you, ma'am. Same question, Mr. Parker. May I look at this pay record?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit A is admitted and debit.
And at any time since the last court order, has your son gone to live with his father?
No, ma'am.
Has Mr. Parker made you any direct payments to you for child support?
What you mean direct, like cash on hand?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Your Honor, I would pass this witness.
Let me call your next witness.
I will call Mr. Parker. Will you please state your name?
Aaron Parker.
And are you working right now, Mr. Parker?
Yes, ma'am. I just got a job 5 days ago.
Okay. And where do you work?
Sparkling Image Car Wash.
Do you get paid by the hour?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you make an hour?
$10 an hour.
Do you work 40 hours a week?
That's what I was supposed to get, but
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
And do you have health insurance available to you?
No, ma'am.
Do you agree that you are a little bit behind on your child support?
Yes, ma'am.
And that the judge will order you to make payments to get that caught up?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you claim that you've made any direct payments to Miss Harrison for child support?
No, ma'am.
Your Honor, I pass this witness.
Okay, so we will go ahead. Hold on, let me. The internet is just still issue, but that's okay. First of all, $10 an hour is well below minimum wage here, but I don't believe so in Texas. I'm sure somebody could quickly look that up. Oh my God, it's $7.25 an hour. That's very low. I Goodness, that's lower than my first job. But again, I do like Texas. Okay, so, and here's the thing. I explained this in the video. I will let it play in a moment, but I'll explain it to you as well. When these cases are brought forth, the two people down below, the mother and the father, didn't bring this lawsuit. Neither of them hired attorneys or brought forth the lawsuit. This is all brought by the Office of the Attorney General, in Texas, which handles child support payments. In your state or province, it might be called something different. Where I live, it's called the Family Maintenance Enforcement Program. And that's what they call that. So basically, they are in charge of both taking people to court and having their child support changed, and also asking for child support and medical support on behalf of parents that are getting benefits through the government. So neither of these people necessarily brought this lawsuit forth. It was Mrs. Brown Zito up at the top. And there has to be a substantial and material change in order for them to actually make this change. So the judge not only has to look at, what's happening in the case, but also is there enough of a change between what he had been paying and what he is paying now, or would be paying, to actually warrant doing the change. So keep that in mind. And again, this actually is the couple seems actually quite nice. They seem to get along quite well. Also, if you're bothered by me, this video is already posted on the channel. Thank you. Child Support Enforcement Agency. One of my jobs used to be, I know I've had so many jobs, but seriously, one of my jobs used to be answering letters written to the Child Support Enforcement Agency, basically. They're written to the Attorney General, but that was part of my job, was answering those letters, reading them, drafting a response, and then sending it up the chain for the Attorney General to sign and send back. So I got a big look into letters and people's sort of issues with their payments, etc. Different things happening. Hi, Billy. Hope you're doing well. Gecko Chaser. You remember when you got a raise from $4.75 to $5.25? Good old days. Well, my first job, I got paid $10 an hour, and I worked at a bank, and I thought I was making bank. Now, Judge is thinking.
Do you have any additional witnesses?
I do not, Your Honor.
We weren't muted. He's thinking. The judge is he's just pondering and doing his thing. Normally we would hear him and I was yelling at somebody in my house. So it might have looked like I was muted, but I was speaking to somebody. Yes.
Ms. Harrison, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is Aaron receiving benefits through SSI?
Yes, sir.
What is the nature of the child's disability?
ADHD. And they're trying to, he goes to an appointment Monday. They're trying to diagnose if he got autism too. Because ADHD running our family.
Runs in my family too. Thank you, Jessica. Yay! Sorry, I muted myself. Thank you for becoming a member. Members only on Sunday. I already found out what we're going to watch for members only on Sunday, and I'm excited about it.
You have another child, Mr. Parker. How old is that child?
The child is 7.
I was wondering about that too. Cellulite yoga pants.
Does this
In fact,
case
I
really
made a note.
qualify for an increase in child support, Ms. Brownzito?
Your Honor, it was set at minimum wage, and that was over 3 years ago. So yes, I believe it does.
He makes $2 above minimum wage now, and he has another dependent. Did you do the calculations on this case?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe the calculations show that he should be paying with paying $25 towards medical, he should be paying $305 instead of $220.
Huh. Am I using the wrong calculator? What was your gross monthly, Ms. Brownzito?
$1,733.33.
Did you give him credit for an additional dependent?
I did not. That makes it 266. 267 actually. 266.71.
Yay! 3 whole months now. Christy yells at us. Thank you, Christy. I said, thank you, Christy. I yell back. Thank you. Yeah, what are you having, Courtney? Tell us what you're having. I think he hates her too, honestly. He's the least lenient with her. Like I've actually seen one time when he was like, do you have any other witnesses to swear in? And she said no. And then she realized belatedly that she did need to have another witness. He wouldn't let her call the witness. I was like, shit, he's so serious with her. Ooh, home fries and bacon. That's good. Okay, does everybody have a cat named Salem? Because I feel like everybody has a cat named Salem. And y'all know who you are if you have a cat named Salem.
Child's receiving benefits. Hey, Mr. Parker, you said that you have a 7-year-old in your household now.
Yes, sir.
How is that child covered under health insurance?
He's under his mother's through her job insurance.
Okay. Ms. Harrison, is there anything else you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
And it fucks up when I go in there. Your cat's name is Oscar. I like Oscar. That's a good name. Listen, there's nothing wrong with naming the black cat Salem, right? I mean, my cat, who I don't see anymore, it wasn't never my cat anybody's, but the cat that we used to see was named Ickadoodle Dandy. Ickadoodle Dandy. And I think that's a good name for a cat. You can use the full name when you need to. Ickadoodle Dandy, but also Ickadoodle or Icka. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. All for Gifted Month. Yeah. Do. Thank you for making sure the gifting is turned on, for reminding me. And I actually wondered this, Cellulite Yoga Pants, because my ex-husband's new wife to be, they're not married yet. They're getting married this month, next month, I'm not taking any interest in it. I wasn't invited, quite obviously. I'm not going, but I think it's either this month or next month that they're getting married. And she has my daughter on her insurance, which I really appreciate because YouTube doesn't offer insurance.
Yes, sir. Aaron Parker saying he's a good father and everything. He's a good person and everything, you know. But I really wish that he could spend time with his child.
Okay.
Like, but that's why my son has been acting up. He's been talking to me stupid. His daddy don't discipline him. I can't discipline him because he go to private school, and if I discipline him, even if I tap him on his butt, they're gonna try to put CPS in my life that I don't need. My son has been cutting up for about a good 8 months now since his dad been in and out of his life. Like he don't when he's supposed to get him, he don't
Here's the
get him.
problem.
Well, this isn't a problem. We can say thank you to Jessica. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you, Jessica. Gifting memberships. The gift that does keep on gifting. Baby Plaid is great. I'm going to see Baby Plaid tomorrow. I am very excited about it. For some of you that might not know, Baby Plaid is my sister's baby that I love. Obviously, like, don't really need to point that part out, I guess. But I don't know what else to say about him. I'm not supposed to talk about him on social media. That's why he's called Plaid. That's not his name. And I'm just trying to respect her on that. I'll say this. His name's not Salem. But I really liked that fact that you had about Salem. What is this? Salem Saberhagen is a 500-year-old witch who was sentenced to spend 100 years as a cat by the Witches' Council as punishment for attempting to take over. Just reinforces my need to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch again. Absolutely. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so also, did we just notice what the lady said, that she sends her kid to private school? I'm perplexed on that. Would that be subsidized? Like, if the kid is on Medicaid, I feel like Medicaid and private school are like opposite. But maybe I'm wrong. You know, is that weird that she is sending him to private school? I don't know. Anywho. Oh, but what she said was that at the private school, if she taps his bum even a little bit, then they'll call CPS. And the judge laughed. Watch this again. Jesus.
That I don't need. My son has been, but that's why my son has been acting up. He's been talking to me stupid. His daddy don't discipline him. I can't discipline him because he go to private school, and if I discipline him, even
fucking internet, would you just work for 1 minute? Also, PP check, Chris. I will do that momentarily. I gotta give all the juice to the computer for me right now.
He's been talking to me stupid. His daddy don't discipline him. I can't discipline him because he go to private school, and if I discipline him, even if I tap him on his butt, they're gonna try to put CPS in my life that I don't need. My son has been cutting up for about a good 8 months now since his dad been in and out of his life. Like he don't when he's supposed to get him, he don't
Here's
get
the
him.
problem, Miss Harrison. Here's the problem. I don't have the authority to tell somebody to be a good parent. All I can do.
He's a good parent. Not to cut you off, sorry, but he's a good parent. Just
oh well, I'm cutting you off, lady, because Chris, with $40 in the PP. Thank you. Oh my God, Chris, thank you so much. You're so sweet. I love you. Appreciate that so much. So, and Judge Webster, look at his face. I guess he's right, right? It's different than, you know, being able to, like, he can't force somebody to spend time with their kid. That is sad, unfortunately. Oh, thanks, Chris Engleby. PP coming in hard. My favorite when it comes in hard. Hard and fast PPs. Yeah, I thought it was legal to spank in Texas too, which but I guess maybe it's one of those left-wing private schools down in Texas. Sorry, I apologize for my horrific Texas accent.
You know, mommy need breaks every now and then. You know, I don't go by the court paperwork like
Right.
I'm supposed to.
I can't force him to exercise visitation, Sarah. I don't have the ability to do that. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
That's kind of it gets more into a moral issue than it is a legal issue. And unfortunately, I have a hard enough time with the legal issues without trying to put
Can
my
I ask you
emotions on
this?
somebody else.
Is there any way that someone can mail me my paperwork showing the rights of the visitation and stuff? Because I know it's old. I haven't had none since 2016.
You can make that request to the Attorney General's office, or you can contact the District Clerk's office in Jefferson County and get that on your own. Either of those two ways should be able to get you that copy of that old order.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Parker, is there anything else you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir.
All right, I'm gonna find that there has been a material substantial change of circumstance. Yeah, you're right at the line, Ms. Brownzito. It's 20% by $1. Is basically what you got. So I'm gonna increase the child support to $265 a month. I'm gonna leave the medical support at $25 a month. Those payments.
That's still not enough, Lord Jesus. My baby is growing. He need clothes. I buy everything for him. Clothes, underclothes.
Ms. Harrison, I asked you if there was anything else that you needed to tell me before I made a ruling. You said you were fine. So now I'm making my ruling. Is there anything else you need to tell me?
I thought it was gonna be a little more because I need help with the money for my son.
I'm ordering max child support that I'm allowed to order under the law, Ms. Harrison.
Okay, because I know he got another child to take care of too. So okay,
Right.
I gotta.
And he only makes $10 an hour, and he's only
Yeah,
been
and he need money for himself, and he got his own house. He have to pay his bills, so I can understand that.
and he just started the job 5 days ago.
Yeah, he works. That's one thing about him. He works.
$265 child support, $25 medical support beginning May 1st, 2024. Judgment to be granted as of February the 9th of 2024. Mr. Parker is behind child support the amount of $2,667.02. 500.
Look at everybody's face right now on the screen. I'm being serious, mine included. Look at everybody's got this weird face, and Judge is not happy about this outburst, we'll call it, that she's having here. Yeah. Look at her face. I sort of did her dirty when I made the what's it called? Thumbnail with that fucking face, but whatever.
$54.43. Please don't interrupt me again while I'm judgment to be granted as of February the 9th of 2024. Mr. Parker is behind child support the amount of $2,667.02. $554.43. Ms. Harrison, please don't interrupt me again while I'm trying to make my ruling.
Yes, sir.
The child support judgment would be paid back at a rate of $30 a month and the medical support at $10 a month. Those payments beginning May 1st of 2024. Court cost by Mr. Parker, but I give him until October 31st of 2024 to pay my court costs. Ms. Brown-Zito, did the state of Texas hear all the terms and conditions of my court order?
So the medical support judgment is $554.43.
That's what your pay record showed as of February.
I'm just verifying, Your Honor.
Is that right?
That's what I say too.
Okay.
And that was at a rate of $10, paid back at a rate of $10.
Yes, ma'am.
Me too.
Ms. Harrison, Mr. Parker, what's going to happen now is Ms. Brown Zito's office is going to send me an order. As long as it matches what I said here today, I'm going to sign it, get it back to them. Then they're going to make a copy of it and send it to each of you, okay?
Yes, sir.
I wish you both the best of luck.
I'll wish you both the best of luck, he said to them. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, friends, because the next video I haven't made into a video yet, so we're going to watch it together, and I'm going to interrupt, and it's not on the channel yet, but you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. If you do feel the need to leave, just hit the like button or the dislike button on your way out. Leave me a comment with exactly why you left, and I'll review. Okay, so we are gonna watch Bromlick.
Yes.
Court is now in session. Scott South versus Lindy Joanne South.
For the record, this matter is before the court for a continued.
For the record, I guess this is what people get pissed off about, but for the record, that bookshelf looks dangerously bowing, like it's bowing. Like, I'm actually concerned. I live in an earthquake zone. That bookshelf does not look sturdy to me. Does not look sturdy to me. I'm a little worried about that, to be honest. Look at it behind him. You can see it's that's weird. Okay, here we go.
Trial conference subsequent to the parties having engaged in mediation this morning with Mr. Walker from the front of the court. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. Present is Attorney Eric Pasner representing the plaintiff Scott Solek. Mr. Solek is present. In addition, Attorney Anthony Brusco is present representing the defendant Lindy Solek, and Ms. Solek appears to be present with Mr. Brusco. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Afternoon, Judge.
The court appreciates everyone coming back this afternoon. I had an obligation at noon.
Hold on. Sorry, back again. Is that a fake miniature balcony behind Mr. Pasner? What is that? That's a fireplace wall. Is there a door behind his head? I'm trying to see behind his head. Is there a door to that little balcony? Is that a fake balcony? Is this an optical illusion like they have in Disneyland or Disney World where things look big, but it's not? You think that's a hallway? It does not look wide enough at the other end for it to be a hallway to me. But maybe I just, I don't know.
Were the parties able to reach their agreement this afternoon?
We have, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
Wonderful. Who would like to place that agreement on the record?
Either one of us. I can do it.
Please. Mr.
Yeah, go ahead,
President.
Eric. I'll keep track.
Yeah, let me know all my mistakes. Judge, the parties are parents to two minor children. As far as custody is concerned, they're going to be sharing joint physical custodial rights to the two minor children. Mr. Brusco and I will agree to specific language regarding a definition of joint legal custodial rights, which will also be incorporated into the judgment of divorce. As far as parenting time is concerned, the defendant mom will exercise parenting time each and every Monday and Tuesday overnight. The plaintiff father will exercise parenting time each and every Wednesday and Thursday overnight. Parties shall alternate weekends, Friday through Monday. Parties will alternate holidays pursuant to the Monroe County Front of the Court alternate holiday schedule. And for the summer parenting time, the parties will exercise a week on and week off parenting time schedule. The issue of child support is going to be reserved based upon the equal parenting time between the parties, as well as the close proximity of their incomes. Anything that's not covered by insurance would be shared equally between the parties, and there'll be no ordinary medical expense due to the fact that no child support is being paid. Additionally, no spousal support should be awarded to either party, and any claim either party may have shall be forever barred. With respect to the taxes and tax dependency, the child tax credit, each party shall claim one minor child as a tax dependency exemption, as well as the child tax credit. When one child remains, the party shall alternate claiming that child, with the plaintiff claiming the child in even years and the defendant claiming the minor child in odd years. Additionally, with respect to extracurricular activities, the children are currently involved in basketball, volleyball.
I sort of won the argument about who gets to use our daughter in taxes, because I was like, you have 2 other kids, use them. I only have her. So I think that's fair, right?
On softball, they will continue to engage in those activities. Any additional activities will be pursuant to the parties' joint legal custodial rights, and they will have conversations and discussions ahead of time, coming to an agreement in advance in writing, and the cost for those activities, in addition to the ones that the kids are currently participating in, shall be shared equally between the parties. With respect to the household furniture and furnishings, specifically, the plaintiff will be retaining the master bedroom furniture set, a wall clock, 1 TV.
Oh, this is so petty. It does look like this couple met at a funeral. And this is so petty. Again, it makes me like Jesus Christ. It makes me sad for them because they obviously have come to an agreement, but it is terrible that they had to come to this agreement this way. I will take the bedroom furniture and the wall clock. Oh my God. And what days the kid, oh geez. An Undertaker. Oh shit. You wouldn't be able to fall asleep if you had coffee. Well, I got my coffee. Vicky, thank you for bringing me a coffee. Hey, now it's your fault. Now it's you're blocking me. What if we just left that up there and we just called that a gecko cock block?
One of the kids' dressers, 1 recliner, the liquor cabinet, and all of his premarital property. The balance of the household furniture and furnishings should be split pursuant to agreement between the parties. In the event they are unable to resolve that issue by the end of June, which will be submitted to Mr. Godfrey before the end of June, if this is not submitted to Mr. Godfrey and have resolution prior to the end of June, then the parties waive their right to any claim for that personal property. As it relates to the retirement accounts, Judge, the marital portion of the following retirement accounts will be shared equally between the parties, the marital portion being defined from the date of marriage through March 31st of 2024, plus or minus gains or losses. Mr. Breskel and I will agree on someone to prepare the qualified domestic relations orders, and those costs will be shared equally between the parties in addition to any amendment.
QDROs. We've heard about these quadros or QDROs, the Qualified Domestic Relations Order. These are, in fact, some of the hardest part of a divorce is that paperwork. And they tend to relate, if I'm not mistaken, to pensions, retirement funds, and different investment type things, and the splitting of that, or the divestment or the divestiture of that. Switching the name on retirement, the quadro. And apparently they're hell to fill out. They're not for lawyers, but for people that aren't lawyers, they are. And so I think we've seen a couple different cases where there's one person in pro per, and they have a hard time doing the quadros. So divorce parenting on extended family. The kids stay at the same house at all times, and the parents change houses each week. I don't like that, only because of the lack of like, so does that, well, my dad did that. He went through a separation with his current wife, and they got an apartment, and they would switch back and forth at the apartment, and the girls would stay at the house. But they ended up back together. So I don't know if that's good for like an eventual actual divorce, or if that's better for a separation. I mean, to me, I wouldn't want to be sharing space with my ex-spouse. I wouldn't want all of my stuff being saved by them, or like seen by them, touched by them, all that kind of stuff. It just feels a little bit weird. But I also understand the whole premise for the kid. So, you know. Because the reality, hold on, I'm not finished yet, Eric. Because the reality is that, I mean, unless you had enough money for 3 places, that means you're both sharing 2 different places. And the potential for arguments or difficulties, like disagreements with that, oh my God. Maybe where places are cheap, like if rent was only $400 or $600 or $800, maybe you could rent 2 places and pay I don't know. That actually sounds insane to me. I don't know. Just get a divorce. Hurry it up. Pull the Band-Aid quickly. And I do think it's important for kids to be kept even keeled, but that can be handled very easily with parents in separate houses as long as they are mature. That's the key factor here. Adults have to be adults. They don't bring children into adult conversations, adult decisions. And that's what a lot of these parents have a problem with. Not these ones. These ones. Those ones. Not me, usually.
Fees charged by the plan. Specifically, the marital accounts consist of the plaintiff's TIAA CREF 401k from Mississippi State, in addition to his TIAA CREF 401k from Stetson University, as well as the defendant's TIAA CREF 401k. And again, the goal will be try to minimize the number of quadros that are going to be necessary in order to effectuate that distribution. The plaintiff shall retain in its entirety the following premarital retirement accounts: his TIAA CREF 401k from Princeton University, his second TIAA CREF 401k from Princeton University.
A what? Wow. She married him when he was a Princeton professor, or he worked at Princeton? That's prestigious, isn't it?
His TIAA CREF 401k from Dartmouth College, in addition to the second TIAA CREF 401k from Dartmouth College, as well as his Oakmark Roth IRA. Again, those will be retained exclusively by the plaintiff. With respect to the vehicles, the plaintiff shall retain his 2019 Ford F-150.
Oh, what car does she have? We already know he has a truck, and I would not have pegged him for a truck. I would have thought he was driving a BMW. I would have thought he was driving a BMW X5, but for her, Mazda. I think she's driving a Mazda like 7. I think, you know. He might have been the janitor. You're right, Cellulite Yoga Pants. Where is this court? This is in Michigan. You think she has a Subaru? She's not a lesbian. I'm just joking. I think it's a Mazda like 7, the van. Oh, Wahoo's thinking a Volvo wagon. We're gonna hear it right here. Get your guesses in. Get your guesses in the chat right now. They might list off 10 more cars, you know, because one F-150 seems, well, I don't know. You have two super. I just Gecko. I'm joking. I saw a short recently where this stand-up comedian was sort of getting heckled from the crowd, and somebody was like, "What kind of Subaru do you drive?" And she was like, "Oh, it's an Outback or a wagon or something like." I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. Anyways, you think it's a G-Wagon? No, Wenlaw. No fucking way. I know people that drive a G-Wagon, but these ain't them people. These ain't them people. All right, no more bets. Let's figure it out.
The defendant shall retain the 2002 Ford Bronco Sport. There's a debt that's on that vehicle that's titled jointly in both parties' names. Defendant is required to make sure that she timely makes the payments on that vehicle, pays for the insurance.
What? How is there a debt owed on a 2002 Bronco? That's 22 years old. Where do I put a loan on that? I'm being serious now. Somebody using that as collateral for a loan? Or you? It's actually a collectible? Is it? Is it like a legit collectible? I'm amazed. And I used to sell cars. You think he meant 2022? Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Wait, do they make the new ones? Bronco Sports? I love it. I love that my first thought was about 2002. They do. So it's probably 2022. Yeah, that makes more sense. I was going to say, I was like, wow, she is getting shafted at the moment. If she's taking the 2002 and paying on it, that didn't make any sense. Okay. 2022 sounds more realistic to me, I think. Okay.
Insurance, license, and tabs on that vehicle. In the event that she misses two payments, and that vehicle is to be returned back to the plaintiff, and he can dispose of it as he chooses. With respect to the parties' bank accounts, other than plaintiffs,
And plaintiff is him.
other than
and he filed
plaintiffs, American Express high yield savings account, each party shall retain their respective bank accounts free and clear of any right, claim, or interest of the other party. The plaintiff's American Express high yield savings account of approximately $32,000 shall be equally split between the parties effective as of today's date. That will be through either an electronic transfer or a check written by the plaintiff to the defendant. As it relates to the kids' 529 plans, those will continue to be maintained for the benefit of the minor children for their college education. Plaintiff shall continue to be maintained as primary on those accounts. Parties shall retain their respective life insurance policies and all cash values associated with their respective life insurance policies. The plaintiff shall be responsible for the following debts, which are in his name. And those debts are specifically his Capital One Quicksilver MasterCard, his Chase Marriott Bonvoy Visa, and his American Express Delta Sky Miles. The defendant shall be responsible for her Bank of America credit card. Taking into consideration the real property, I should say it this way, the real property located at 24033 Lakeview Drive in Union City, Pennsylvania shall be awarded to the plaintiff. The defendant's equitable interest in that property, along with the defendant's interest in plaintiff's F-150 vehicle, has been taken into consideration and coming to an agreement with an equalized value of $50,613.53, and that payment will be made to the defendant by the plaintiff within 90 days of date.
Holy shit! It's like she's winning the lottery. Wait, so she's gonna get a payment of $50,000 plus $15,000 from the savings account, plus gets to keep her 2022 car. And let's see what happens with the house. This is just the Pennsylvania house. Hi, Carol. I don't hear a lot of debt, Wahoo. I don't hear a lot of debt. That's nuts.
Of entry of the judgment of divorce. In the event that the plaintiff is unable to make said payment, then the residence located at 24033 Lakeview Drive in Union City, Pennsylvania shall be immediately listed for sale and sold in a commercially reasonable manner. From the net proceeds, the defendant shall be awarded the first $50,613.53, with any remaining proceeds to be awarded to the plaintiff, free and clear of any right claim or interest of the any right claim or interest of the plaintiff, of the defendant. There is a business that is called Glove Last. With respect to that,
What? Come on. A glove business driving a Bronco? Okay. Glove left. Oh shit. This is oh jeez. He's a professor and they have a glove blast business.
The defendant is awarded 1/2 interest in plaintiff's current interest in that company with a valuation date of March 31st of 2024. Only in the event that the plaintiff sells his interest would defendant receive her 50% interest of plaintiff's interest in that business if any payment is made at all, from either when a payment is made or no payment made. Upon sale of that interest, the defendant would have 90 days to conduct any audit that she chooses at her expense in order to verify the value of the business as of March 30, or that value, I should say, of plaintiff's interest in that business as of March 31st of 2024. There will also be a one-time cash payment made from the plaintiff to defendant in the amount of $1,550. That will be made within 30 days of today's date. I believe that is the totality of what the agreement is, but I defer to Mr. Breskel if I've missed something.
Thank you, Mr. Pasner. Mr. Ruskell.
Did you hear everything? Yeah. Okay. That is the totality of our agreement. Friendly amendments was as a 2022 Bronco, not 2002. And I just wanted to make clear with the court that
It's a what? Go back. Come on. I need to hear that proper.
that is the totality of our agreement. Friendly amendments was as a 2022 Bronco, not 2002. And I just wanted to make clear with the court that the parties have until the end of June to submit a request for binding arbitration to Mr. Godfrey if they can't resolve their personal property issues other than the specific awards that have already been made to plaintiff.
And if they do not make a request for binding arbitration with Godfrey, then each will keep the personal property they have in their respective possession. There's no longer any dispute or issue about personal property division, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. They'd waive any further claims.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Pasner, Mr. Breskel. Mr. Salik, will you both please raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you both solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Thank you. And Mr. Pasner, you can be with Mr. Salik. The court would note we did take the proofs back on January 22nd. Mr. Breskel can simply update the proofs to confirm Mrs. Salik is not now pregnant. Otherwise, we can just proceed with award during your client with respect to the agreement, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure.
Mr. Salik, you heard the agreement that was placed on the record this afternoon based upon our two mediation sessions with Mr. Walker.
Yeah, yes,
And you understand those terms and provisions?
yes,
And you're willing to be bound by those terms and provisions?
yes,
and you understand that you could have proceeded to trial before this honorable court where you may have received a more favorable, less favorable, or the result that you've agreed to at mediation, and you're waiving your right to trial and want the court to accept this as a full, final, and binding resolution upon presentation in the consent judgment of divorce.
Yes.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Pasner. Mr. Breslow, do you have any questions for law from Mr. Salick?
Briefly, Your Honor. Mr. Salick, have you accurately and truthfully disclosed all of your assets in this world during the course of these divorce proceedings, whether in mediation or just through your attorney and your verified statements?
Yes.
Have you've not concealed or hidden anything and kept it from the division of from being divided by this court?
No, not that I'm aware of. No, everything.
That was too long of a pause, sir. I'm sorry, but that your yeses were so on. You can't have yes, yes, yes. No, like, come on. What are you doing? And who are you looking at too? Like, is there somebody there with you that's like, this one's a yes, this one's a yes. No, oh no. We did a divorce the other day where the lady, I'm sure, allegedly, in my opinion, was hiding something. And when they asked her, she sort of smirked about it. He's not doing that. He does look a little confused, but I think he's a professor. Like, I don't know. I'm going to back it up here a minute. Let's just watch that. Maybe he's sad, but he's the plaintiff. So that means that he's the one that filed for divorce, right? Right?
Concealed or hidden anything and kept it from the division of from being divided by this court?
No, not that I'm aware of. No, everything I said is true.
Okay. There's been some conversation about a limited liability company named Glove Last. You've accurately disclosed your interest in that company, and you've not done anything to conceal any interest in that company?
Well, the information I gave you is correct. I was wrong about the percentage about Mr. Pazza this morning. It was 5%. Like I previously stated, I have not done anything with that company. No.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. That's all.
Questions for Ms. Salick, please, Mr. Breslow.
Thank you, Your Honor. Lenny, can you confirm, are you presently pregnant?
No.
Okay. You've heard the agreement that has been placed on the record and has been lengthily negotiated over the course of 2 mediation sessions, correct?
Yeah.
Is this the property settlement agreement that you're asking this court to adopt?
Yeah.
You understand that we could have proceeded towards a contested trial. You could have done better. You could have done worse. You could have done exactly the same, but instead you're asking the court to adopt this as your agreement?
Yeah.
You've heard the provisions regarding spousal support. This court is going to bar spousal support to both you and Mr. Salick, and you're never going to be able to come back and ask for that. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. You heard all the provisions regarding the minor children, the custody and parenting time, and everything going along with that, correct?
Correct.
Do you believe those to be in the best interest of your girls?
Yes.
All right. And you're asking the court to order those as the custody and parenting time provisions in this case?
Yes.
Have you hidden anything from Scott, or have you failed to disclose anything from Scott?
No.
Okay. Are you satisfied with my representation?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, I have nothing further for Mrs. Salick.
Thank you, Mr. Breslow. Mr. Pasner, do you have any questions of Ms. Salick?
Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Salick, you have fully, completely, and accurately.
He wasn't going to ask any questions, but now he has to because the other lawyer asked his guy questions. So now it's like tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat. Hi, Lisa Johnson. How are you doing? Thank you.
Disclosed all of your assets and liabilities pertaining to the marital estate.
Yes.
And during the course of your marriage and prior to filing for divorce and during the pendency of these divorce proceedings, you have not transferred or have any.
Kathy, tell me they were on Shark Tank so that I can somehow incorporate that into the video I will eventually make. Were they on Shark Tank? It sounds like a Shark Tank pitch to me. That would be great. She doesn't get any money from that business though, unless he sells his part of it, I guess. Which, does that say that he's not making money? I don't know. I don't know what that tells me. I don't know what that tells me. I'm just some Canadian girl, doesn't really understand. But was Scott on Shark Tank? Damn, Scott. Back at it again.
Third parties holding any assets on your behalf that you have excluded from the marital estate?
No.
Okay, I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Pasner. Mr. Pasner, you'll prepare the judgment, is that correct?
Yes, I will, Your Honor.
Thank you. Harold, the court would like to thank and acknowledge Mr. Walker for his assistance this morning, and the court would also acknowledge, of course, Attorneys Pasner and Dreskel for helping to facilitate ample resolution. The court would applaud you, Mr. Mississauga, for reaching your own agreement. Without question, the best resolution matters of this nature is one in which you both participate, ultimately agree upon. Far better off than having the court decide these matters. Keep in mind, you will not be divorced until the court signs written judgment. Hopefully that'll be within the next 3 weeks, next 30 days. In any event, based on the testimony that's been presented this afternoon and previously, as well as the complaint filed in this case, court finds that jurisdiction has been established. The court further finds that there has been a breakdown of the marriage relationship to the extent that the object of matrimony has been destroyed, and there appears to be no reasonable likelihood that the marriage can be preserved. According upon receiving the consent judgment, the court will sign the judgment, and at that time, the court will order that the marriage between the parties be dissolved. The judgment shall enter granting a divorce from bonds of matrimony. Good luck to both of you. That will conclude this proceeding. Everyone can zoom out. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry. I was saying, we're not done for the night. We have one more to watch. And then I said, God, that guy looks so serious. His brow line is fucking.
Good morning, Ms. Sills. Ms. Kuhn.
Judge, I was just muted and now I'm talking. Can you please wait for a minute? Thank you. I love looking at different lawyers' offices because they have different flexes, right? This lady's got a big marble table there, but it's got a seam in the middle. It's cheap. Cheap.
Morning, Judge.
We're just waiting for Miss Nancy, our clerk, to come up from the clerk's office.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks for giving us the additional time today, Your Honor. We were able to get a judgment circulated.
Absolutely. The court appreciates the efforts of both of you.
You might not like us much later today, but we're okay for now.
Right.
Okay.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
You want to be with the front of the court this afternoon?
That's fine. I figured you'd probably have us do that.
Yeah, that's fine
I
with
don't
me.
know if it's necessary. Again, I'll leave it to the two of you.
It can't hurt. We'll see what we can do for a few minutes. If it looks like it's not going anywhere, then we can end it and just see you at that point.
Okay. So when you come in, we'll go ahead and talk to the front court.
Is now session, Derek Duchamp versus Molly Skrenek Duchamp.
It looks like you got hit in the face
For the
3
record,
times.
this matters before the court for
Judge,
pretrial
Judge. I'm sick of this. I bet a bunch of those commenters were judges the other day that were mad that I interrupt them all the time. I'm kidding. But legit, He looks like he got hit in the face and broke his nose like 3 separate times. Derek's Angry Rose. Molly drives a Hummer and Derek drives a Mini Cooper. Just to guess. I like it. I like it. Are any of your cats named Salem, Lisa? Did we already go over this? We'd like to know. We already know the lore as to why everyone names their cats Salem, but could I imagine winning $1 billion in the lotto? Do you want to hear something even crazier than normal? Than winning $1 billion in the lotto? In Canada, you don't pay taxes on lotto winnings. They're not considered income. And even if you're in America, so like even if I go on vacation and I win in a US casino, or I play and I win in a like overseas casino, they originally take the taxes off from you if it's a big win, but there's a process when you go home to apply and then you get all your money back. So if anybody wins, we can quickly get married. You have like a year to claim it, right? We can backtrack our love. For $1 billion, I'll backtrack my love. It's annoying. I love you guys. Oh. Lucky Canadian, I guess. I remember going on a cruise once and this lady won the car on a cruise, like in the one on display, like in the middle. And all the people were like, oh, you won't want that. You're going to have to pay all the taxes on it and this and that and this and that. And she's like, I'm Canadian. Like, I'll get the taxes back afterwards. And they're like, you should just take the payout. But it was, I don't know. I can't remember what ended up happening. Okay, let's go. Finish it off.
Conference. Subsequent to the parties having engaged in mediation with Ms. Pratt in front of the court this morning, this hearing is being conducted via Zoom. His attorney Tina Hills representing the plaintiff Derek Duschel, and Mr. Duschel is present. In addition, attorney Kimberly Kuhn is present representing the plaintiff Molly Duschel. Ms. Duschel is present with Ms. Kuhn. The court has been informed the parties have reached joint agreement. Is that correct, Ms. Hills?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Who'd like to place agreement on the record?
I'll do that.
Please.
Your Honor, the parties have agreed that spousal support would be barred as to both of them. We would include standard statutory language regarding life insurance. Each party would be awarded all pension and retirement benefits in his or her own name. The parties do own a home together. That home is currently under contract for sale. The closing is scheduled in a couple of weeks. Pending the closing on the home, the parties are going to own the home as tenants in common and would equally split the mortgage payment, utilities, insurance, and taxes on the home. Should that sale not close, for whatever reason, we're not anticipating any issues, but should it not close, the parties would continue to agree as to the listing agent, the listing price, any price adjustments, and the final sale price. They would also follow the reasonable recommendations of the realtor. Any refunds for escrows, utility overpayments, or any other sorts of refunds related to the sale of the marital home would be split equally between the parties. The Toledo Firefighters Federal Credit Union loan ending in 4500 in the approximate amount of $7,058 would be paid in full from the proceeds of the sale of the marital home, and the parties would equally split the remaining net proceeds from the sale of the home after that debt is paid in full. With regard to personal property, each party is going to be responsible for the debt owing on the personal property awarded to him or her and hold the other party harmless from liability for that debt. Mr. Duschel is awarded the 2018 Ford Escape and the 2003 Harley-Davidson motorcycle. He is going to, again, assume the debt on that vehicle and hold her harmless. He is also awarded the cast iron pans that the parties own, his premarital property.
No fucking way. No fucking way. He took the cast iron pan? stabbed through the heart on that. This is, I mean, I don't think we're ever gonna, well, you know what? You never say never, Paisley. One time we had a divorce case where they were splitting the meat in the freezer. The meat in the freezer? Oh, Lord.
Including his guns, lawn equipment, and his personal effects. Ms. Duschel is awarded the 2012 Honda Civic, again, with.
Also, their last name is Duschel. Okay. I mean, no wonder he looks so miserable. His whole entire life, people have been calling him Duschel, like something like that, you know? Douche, just douche. I'm just sure he'd be called douche. What would you'd have to avoid a lot of names when naming children with that last name. Dangerous territory there. I wonder if their family has like a list of appropriate names that go with their last name that they pass down from generation to generation. Now, this list is something that we had to create because of the incident of Hugh Duschel. Hugh.
The standard hold harmless language, and she is also awarded all of her premarital property and all other property not specifically awarded, as I had just stated, to Mr. Duschel, including the contents of the marital home other than the cast iron pans. Parties are going to divide their joint Huntington Bank savings account, and the account will be closed when Ms. Duschel's paycheck auto deposit into that account is diverted to her separate account. After April 4, 2020, after today, any of her paycheck auto deposits into that Huntington joint savings account would be considered her separate funds. And the parties are going to equally divide the Huntington joint checking account. Only the necessary expenses will be taken out of the joint checking account pending its division. The parties are going to maintain the status quo as to deposits into the joint Huntington Bank checking account until April 30th, 2024, at which time we would expect that the auto debit and auto deposits would have been terminated by the parties coming to and from that account. That account is going to be closed at the later of April 30th, 2024, or when the marital income tax refunds, both state and federal, are received. Those are scheduled to be auto deposited into that joint Huntington checking account. Mr. Duschel is awarded the joint Toledo Firefighters Credit Union account he is awarded the joint Toledo Firefighters Credit Union account, and the proceeds of that.
Is he a firefighter? Is he a firefighter? Do you have to be a firefighter to have a firefighter's credit union, to be at a firefighter's credit union? Right? Chris. Kidding. Just kidding. You love a man that can cook because you hate cooking? I love a man who can cook because I love cooking and I love to cook. So if my man likes to cook, then we can have fun in the kitchen. But I also like to cook for people, so I'm good both ways. The best kind of man is one who buys me all the groceries I want. You don't have to be a firefighter? Fine. He's not a firefighter.
Account, and Ms. Duschel is going to take all necessary steps to remove her name from that account. Each party is awarded all of the bank and financial accounts that are solely in his or her own name. Parties will sign whatever is necessary, take whatever actions are necessary to effectuate the terms of the settlement agreement. regard to marital debt, each party is going to be solely responsible for what's in his or her own name. And the only joint debts that I'm aware of are the Toledo Firefighters Credit Union loan, which I referred to in the real estate section, which will be paid off with the sale proceeds, and the mortgage, which will also be taken care of with the sale. Parties would acknowledge not having received any tax advice from their respective counsel. Ms. Duschel's maiden name, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, it's Skowronek.
SK, what? Hold on. What? SKOWRONK? Is that what she said? We got to listen to that again.
Tax advice from their respective counsel. Ms. Duschel's maiden name, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, it's Skowronek, may be restored to her if she wishes. Each party would be responsible for his or her own attorney fees. Each party.
Skowronek. No wonder she took Duschel. Sorry. I can't get over his last name being Duschel. Oh, fuck. Also, guys, Jonathan's having a premiere after this. Once I shut my mouth and hit the play button, I will try and redirect it. If I can, Jonathan. If you set it up already, I might be able to redirect it if you turn on that, Jonathan.
Warrants that they have disclosed all of their assets and liabilities in the course of negotiations of this case. And I believe that is the entire agreement.
Thank you, Ms. Hills. Ms. Kuhn, did Ms. Hills accurately state your client's agreement?
She did, and just for clarification for the court, Your Honor, the Harley Davidson that was awarded to plaintiff is paid in full, so there's no loans on that.
Humble brag. No loans on my hog.
So I just wanted to let you know that. And then we're going to keep the joint checking account open. They're going to equally share in any tax refunds, any of the tax refunds for 2023. So the account's going to stay open so that once those are deposited, they can just equally split them. So just clarification, but no, Ms. Hills did state it accurate.
That is all correct.
Right, thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Duschel, can you both please raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you both solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Duschel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Duschel? Okay, there you go. You just need to speak up so the court can capture your responses. Ms. Hills, you can begin with Mr. Duschel, please.
Yes, Mr. Duschel, you can lower your hand. Would you state your full name for the record, please?
Derek Xavier Duschel.
And you are the plaintiff in this case, is that correct?
Correct.
The time you filed your complaint for divorce, had you been a resident of the state of Michigan for at least 180 days?
Yes, ma'am.
And of Monroe County for at least 10 days?
Yes, ma'am.
The truth that there's been a breakdown of your marriage relationship to the extent that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed and there's no reasonable likelihood that your marriage can be preserved?
Yes, ma'am.
To your knowledge, is Ms. Duschel pregnant?
No.
And you have no minor children, either born to or adopted by you and Ms. Duschel, is that correct?
Correct.
And did you hear the settlement agreement as I stated it on the record and as it was clarified by Ms. Kuhn?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand all of those terms?
Yes, ma'am.
And did we correctly state the agreement that you've agreed to today or entered into today?
Yes, we have.
All right. Do you have any questions about it?
I do not.
Have you had enough time to think about all of these issues?
Yes, ma'am.
And have I answered all of your questions?
Yes, you have.
Right. Spousal support is barred as to both you and Ms. Duschel. You understand that?
Yes.
And that means neither one of you could come into court in the future and ask for spousal support, no matter the change of circumstances.
Correct.
All right. Are you satisfied with my services on your behalf?
Yes, I am.
You understand by entering into the settlement agreement that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
If you'd had a trial, you might have done better, worse, or the judge could have ordered substantially the same as what you've agreed to today. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to incorporate this settlement agreement into a judgment of divorce and grant you a divorce. Hopefully we can get him the judgment today.
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Hills. Ms. Kuhn, do you have any questions? First for Mr. Duschel.
Yes. Sir, is it true that the parties were married on September 21st, 2019 in Toledo, Lucas County, Ohio?
Yes.
Okay. Have you made a full disclosure of all assets and debts?
Yes, I have.
I don't have any other questions.
Thank you, Ms. Kuhn. Questions for Ms. Duschel, please.
Yes. Melly, can you state your full name for the record?
Molly Brenna Skoranek Duschel.
Melly, you heard the agreement that was read on the record, correct?
Yes.
You also heard your husband's testimony as to the fact that he resided in the state of Michigan, that you were married on September 21st, 2019, and that you're not pregnant.
That is correct.
He also stated that there were no children born of the marriage, correct?
Correct.
Okay. With regard to the terms and conditions that were read onto the record, you understand that spousal support has been forever barred as to both you and your husband.
Yes.
You understand that means that you nor he can ever come back in the future requesting a word of spousal support.
Yes.
You also understand that with regard to the retirement division, that you both have agreed, despite having any type of valuation on the pension or knowing what amount of money in your 401k was premarital, you both have agreed that you're each going to be awarded your own retirement accounts.
Correct.
And you understand that Ms. Hills nor I can tell either of you whether or not that is if that's a fair offset, given that there were no valuations done, correct?
Correct.
But despite that, that is your agreement and that's what you want, correct?
Yes.
And did I give you an opportunity to think about maybe heavy valuations?
Yes.
Okay. With regard to all the other terms and conditions of the agreement, you understand that there are things that are expected of both of you that need to get done with regard to the division of bank accounts, closing accounts, removing your name from accounts, continued payment of utilities and the mortgage until the house sells. You understand all of those terms and conditions, correct?
Correct.
Do you have any questions of either myself or of the court regarding any of what was placed on the record?
No.
And have you had enough time to think about everything?
Yes.
Is it true that you and I met prior to today to discuss what possible resolutions would be acceptable?
Yes.
And you understand that had we gone to a final hearing in this matter, the result could have been better, could have been worse, or substantially the same.
Yes.
And notwithstanding that fact, you were asking the court to adopt the agreement that was placed on the record and to grant the complaint for divorce.
Correct.
Are you satisfied with my advice and counsel?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or otherwise induced you into entering into this agreement?
No.
You're doing this of your own free will.
Correct.
Okay. No further questions.
Thank you, Ms. Kuhn. Ms. Hills, do you have any questions of Ms. Duschel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Duschel, the court had one question. You acknowledged your husband's testimony, his belief that you were not now pregnant. Can you please verify that you are not now pregnant?
I am not now pregnant.
Thank you. Ms. Hills, you'll prepare the judgment?
I will. Thank you.
Well, the court would like to thank and acknowledge Mr. Pratt for her assistance in facilitating resolution, as well as, of course, Attorneys Hills and Kuhn for helping facilitate ample resolution. The court would applaud you, Ms. Duschel, for reaching your own agreement. Without question, the best resolution of a case of this nature is one which you both participate, as you have this morning. The court applauds you for that. Based on the testimony that's been presented this morning, as well as the plaintiff filed this case, the court finds that jurisdiction has been established. The court further finds that there has been a breakdown of the marriage relationship to the extent that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed, and there appears to be, unfortunately, no chance of reconciliation. Accordingly, upon receipt of the consent judgment, the court will sign that judgment, and at that time, the court will order that the marriage between the parties be dissolved. The judgment shall enter granting a divorce from bonds of matrimony. Good luck to both of you. That will conclude the hearing. Everyone can zoom out. Have a good rest of the day.
Thanks,
Your
Judge.
Honor.
Thanks, Judge. He did catch it there. That was interesting. Oh, no. We have set it up. I'm going to talk for a little bit more, and then we're going to head over together to Jonathan's. Yeah, we're good, Jonathan. We're going to head over together to Jonathan's premiere, which is starting in approximately 8 minutes. But we will get there a little bit early. We'll have enough time to maybe run to the potty after this premiere, get a new refreshment, head over there. It's going to be great. Loud, you are hilarious. Making me laugh as usual. my left boob is trying to make a break for it. One of my boobs is significantly bigger than the other. It's the left one. Sorry, I had to look. So she comes by it honestly. She's literally a cup size and a bit bigger. And that is, I try and compensate, but it's difficult. Get some popcorn, grab a drink. Thanks for the laughs. Thanks for being here. If you've made it this far, thank you. This is like a group of friends hanging out because that's what it is. And I really love hanging out with you guys. So thank you for being here. Yours too. My daughter only fed off of this side for like a year and a half. We did a year off of both sides. And then there was like a boob coup, where she was like, absolutely not. That one is gross. I don't want it. I don't want any of it. And but yet she still wanted milk. So we are better off of this one. Not literally hanging out though. Well, sometimes. You guys are great. Listen, half a cup size different, but when you're a natural G cup, it's not noticeable. Well, who the fuck's a G cup? I'm not. No offense to any G cups. I'm jealous, but that ain't these. No matter how good the angles are. Anyways, you guys, we're going to Jonathan's together. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to make some popcorn too. Please do me a solid. Go check out some of the videos, the lives and the comments if they go crazy. It's worth a great laugh. It's fun, you know? It's fun. Anyways, reminder, you have G-cup boobs. I just loosened the strap on the bigger side. Yeah, but here's the thing, Cellulite Yoga Pants. It's way bigger. It's not a half a cup size. It's a cup and a half. So like, it's like way bigger. This boob is way bigger than this one. Like, believe me, I've talked about this with all of my lovers. I stand there and I'm like, look, do you see this? Anyways, listen, I love you guys so much. Please remember that I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Please stay around. We're going to Jonathan's after the outro. Didn't mean to hit that. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.